Hey guys, this is Soccer in the South with Wolfman Jeff coming at you, taking a time to do a little more of a thorough review of the Huddersfield match. I wanted to get the reaction soon after the match to kind of catch the feelings and the emotions. And I know I was not alone on the disappointment and the frustration. But so we've all walked off our ledges, and we're okay. We're gonna make it. So we want to take a little moment and think a little more about what we saw on Tuesday night. I had said in my match preview that Huddersfield was not going to attack our middle and turn our midfielders around again. I'm sorry. I don't know what I was thinking, because I assumed that that was not going to happen again. And that's exactly what Huddersfield did. And they found a way, and it looked like we had found a solution for that problem, but they exposed that weakness. And I know this loss, there's a lot about us with a loss, but we do need to acknowledge Huddersfield. They did their homework. And I think another key part is that Huddersfield decided they were going to try something, and they were going to be bold. They put out a new side, a young side. I think there were 8 starters that hadn't started in the match before. So they were willing to try something. I had the feeling that even if it didn't work, they wanted to try something because what they were doing wasn't working. So I really admire them for that. I have no idea if that strategy is going to work for them for any other side for the rest of the season. But they decided that they were going to put all their money on that chip, and it could have gone blown up in their face, and it didn't. So fortune indeed does favor the bold. Very bold move for Huddersfield. On us, though, there actually was several things that there's several knocks we could give to our side, and I don't want to beat our side, don't want to be our coach. We have a fantastic side. We have one of the most exciting sides in the Premier League, one of the most talented, gifted coaches. We've got some amazing players who love to play, and Wolves supporters love these guys. We love them. But there was an issue with focus. There was an issue with energy. I've noticed similar problems when we had come back after international breaks. We would come back and it was like we were zombies. We were sleepwalking. We did do kind of a retreat. We went down south. We got some sun, but it was supposed to be a team building exercise, so they weren't all separate. But just coming back, they really hadn't found their stride back in there. So I don't know if that has anything to play with. It's just an observation. So they kind of broke up their schedule and then getting back into the swing of things. So that's an issue. I do have to say that is something that has to be addressed, and I fully trust that Nuno and the club are addressing that, and I know that our side, our players, don't feel good about that. So I'm not going to say too much more because they're more aware of it than we are. I realize that we cannot customize our side. We cannot customize our approach and attack for every club we face. I think Huddersfield did that for us. I don't think it's productive for us to come with 19 other attacks to fit each other club. So I get that. Having said that, we still need to make sure we are prepared for those issues when they close in on our middle. I don't want to see our midfielders turned around again like we saw on Tuesday, like we saw back in November and October. And so that's something that has to be worked on, and I'd like to see that into the time of the past. Obviously, we adjust and we improve and we grow, but we also have to pull back and remember where we're at. Where we are right now as a club was something we only dreamed about a year ago. And we were just happy to get back in the Premier League. And I think we were happy to make sure we weren't going to fall down. And so we have more than met our goals for this year. But at the same time, I think one of the reasons we get so frustrated is because we're almost ready, almost close enough to take that next step. And it's going to take more work. It's going to take more sweat. And so we are now 7th in the league. Again, we lost to Huddersfield, who was 20th in the league, at 8th, and we end up back in 7th. So thank you, Liverpool, for that gift. I know as bad of a week we've had and as frustrated as we are, we know the Watford supporters may be even more upset. Now, they did fall to Liverpool, which many clubs do, but usually you don't fall 0-5. And so we found ourselves back in 7, and that's an advantage that we did not earn. That's an advantage that fell on our lap. So I do caution us too much about, hey, we're 7th again, because that was a gift. What are we going to do with that gift? What are we going to do with our position? What are we going to do with where we're at? Again, we're moving forward. We're playing Cardiff this weekend, and trust me, Cardiff is paying attention to what just happened on Tuesday. I think some of the ways that we were shown to be weaker and the ways we were attacked, Warnock will look at that, and if he sees an advantage, he's going to take it. Similarly to Huddersfield, they don't have a lot of disadvantages on being bold, on trying something. So I think they're going to come out and they might do something wacky, and it may throw us off. So we're going to talk about that match a little bit later. So those things that hit us may not hit us every time, but I do expect if some clubs find success in this way, others will as well. So we'll see this. Hey, some of the picks you've seen have come from my friend Richard Kinsley. Richard is there in the UK. He's a friend of mine I know from the Wolves USA group. He's been a follower on this channel, a supporter, and so thank you. And he took some of these picks, so I thought I would put those up. So big shout out to him. Keep watching. If you like what you see, hit like, subscribe, tell to a friend. Hey, this has been Soccer in the South with Wolfman Jeff, and if you're wise, you're going to look at the clock and realize there's a little more time here. There may be something special at the end.